sometimes you just need to know how to make a really good sweet. And I'm a big fan of chocolate chip cookies. I'm also a really big fan of s'mores. So I thought, why not put the best chocolate chip cookie in the world with the best s'mores and have yourself a chocolate chip s'mores cookie. It's gonna be awesome. And for the fellas out there, this is a really good recipe to give your significant other if you've screwed up. Maybe your wife's mad at you. Maybe your girlfriend's mad at you. Maybe your wife and your girlfriend are mad at you. Don't worry, we're gonna make enough that everyone's gonna be happy. So let's go ahead and make the best damn chocolate chip s'mores cookie in the world. All right, let's do it. So I've got everything laid out here for us, and the first thing we're gonna do is combine all of our dry ingredients, with the exception of the flour, to a big bowl. So for the first thing we're gonna start out with is our butter. Now, I'm using 2 sticks of butter or 16 tablespoons of butter, right? So I know that's a lot of butter, but get over it. It makes the chocolate chip cookie good. And a tip for you, make sure your butter is at room temperature. It just makes it that much easier to put in the bowl and mix up. And it just comes off really nicely. So let's go ahead and get our butter in our bowl. Okay, once we've got all of our butter in, we're gonna go ahead and add our sugar. We have 2 types of sugar. We have brown sugar. This is 3/4 of a cup. So we'll put that in there. And then we have our white granulated sugar. We'll add that in there too. Next, we're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. After that, 2 tablespoons of baking soda. Make sure it's baking soda, not baking powder. And a tablespoon of salt. Okay, now, if your butter is soft enough, like I said, at room temperature, you can start to mix this around. I don't suggest you do that. I'd use an electric mixer. Believe me, your arms will thank you when you're done. I just happen to have mine right here, so we're gonna go ahead and mix this with a hand mixer. So the next thing we're going to do is add our eggs, but we're going to add our eggs one at a time. So here we have 2½ cups of all-purpose flour. We're not going to add this all at one time. So what I like to do is add a ½ cup at a time while I'm mixing it in. This just makes it fold in a lot easier and you get a really good consistency. We're going to start adding this in a ½ cup at a time and mixing on the lowest speed. It might take a little longer, but the results are worth it. All right, so once that's done, we have a nice looking amount of cookie dough, but we're missing one important ingredient, our chocolate chips. So we're gonna add 12 ounces or 1 bag of chocolate chips. I'm using the Ghirardelli semi-sweet. You can use whatever you want. Minis are fine. I like the regular size one, but it's all preference. And if you're trying to get out of the doghouse, use Ghirardelli. You're not gonna go wrong there. So we're just gonna fold in our chocolate chips. We're not gonna use the mixer because that's gonna be too much. We're just gonna fold them in. Pour them on the top, scoop from the bottom, fold it over. It won't take long to be finished with this cookie dough. Oh yeah. And there we go. That's some good looking cookie dough. Just to make sure everything's safe. That's good. That's real good. You know, they always said growing up, don't eat raw cookie dough, it's not good for you. Listen, I've eaten it my whole life. I'm still here. I think you're okay. All right, so now it's time to get them on a cookie sheet. But remember, we're gonna do something a little different this time. If you wanna make just regular cookies, that's all you need to watch. Put about 2 tablespoons in a ball on a cookie sheet on parchment paper, throw them in the oven at 375 for about 7 to 10 minutes. You've got yourself a good cookie. We'll make some of those later, but right now, we're gonna go ahead and start making our s'mores. After we've got our graham cracker with the chocolate and then the marshmallow on top, we're just gonna go ahead and add a cookie to it. You could measure this out, but why? Make a ball, flatten it out, and put it on top, and we're gonna be done. It's just about that big. It's about 2 tablespoons. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flatten it out in my hand. And I'm gonna lay it down on top. As I lay it down on top, I kind of fold it over the sides. Now all we gotta do is pop them in the oven. Here we go. We'll let those go about 7 minutes and then give them a look. Don't open the oven because you're gonna let all that good heat out, but you wanna check on them because you don't want them to get too burned. But around 7 minutes at 375, perfect time to check. Pretty gooey, smells really good. Cookie on top, marshmallow, chocolate, and graham cracker on the bottom. I gotta try it. This is gonna get you out of a lot of trouble. I suggest you go make it right now. So there you go. I hope you like this. I know I sure did. I've got someone I need to give these to. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and let me know, and leave a comment down below if you have some other get out of trouble sweetness that I should know about. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. All right? Goodbye.